Hi guys, my name is Falari Okwala and today I will be reviewing the Gionee X1S. Gionee X1S is a mid-range smartphone, recommended retail price of 63,000 naira, and it packs a lot of power specs for that price point. Now first off, I'm going to quickly talk about the build of the Gionee X1S. Usually when you hear of a Chinese smartphone, you don't expect great quality, you don't expect great materials to be used. Frankly speaking, you don't expect the phone to last very long, and people usually buy them just because they are cheap and they have a lot of fancy features, but not this one. Gionee seems to have put a lot of effort into its manufacturing process. They've used a lot of very good materials. The screen is made with 2.5D Gorilla Glass 3, for example. Also, it feels very sturdy in the hand, feels very quality materials were used, and feels very well built and well put together as well. The specs is one area where this phone is not lacking. It has 3 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal memory, 4,000 mAh of battery, and an HD IPS display, 5.2 inches as well. For this phone, Gionee has not gone with the bezel-less trend that seems to be going on all over the world across various phone manufacturers right now. So it's still stuck with a lot of the usual bezels at the top and at the bottom of the phone. On the right side of the phone, you have the power button and the volume rockers. On the top of the phone is where the 3.5mm headphone jack is, which I found kind of inconvenient because when the headphone jack is on top and you want to put the phone in your pocket, then you have to make sure that the phone is standing a certain way, as opposed to if it's at the bottom and you can just slide it in your pocket straight up without any hassles at all. The display is good, is pretty good. It's an IPS display, so you wouldn't compare it with an OLED display on a Samsung Galaxy S8, for example. But it's an HD IPS display and it's pretty good. The camera is also awesome. It's really nice. I really like the camera. Sometimes it tends to over brighten and over focus, but all in all, it's a pretty good camera, especially the front-facing camera as well, which Gionee has really put a lot of effort into talking about and marketing and pushing, and this is a very selfie-centric phone. I just put it that way. And one surefire way to just know that out the box is the fact that it has a 16 megapixel camera up front and a 30 megapixel camera out back. You also get a selfie flash, so when you take pictures in the night, that is kind of low light photos. Even with the 16 megapixel camera, is still here or there, it's largely subjective as far as pictures go, pictures in low light, but they take pretty good pictures. Under good lighting, the front camera is very sharp. Like, I'm actually impressed with the sharpness. Sometimes it tends to oversaturate and maybe over sharpen the image as well, but all in all, not a bad camera at all. As for the battery, 4,000 mAh battery, so obviously that's a huge battery, by any means. So obviously, I was able to get about a day and a couple hours out of it. Before, even at that, I still have maybe like 10% battery left after a full day's use of average use. I'm talking normal calls, normal web browsing, Twitter and all of that, watching videos a couple of times a day, just average use, normal average use. It lasted a day and a couple more hours. But however, under heavy use, you could still get a day if you turn some settings all the way down, say brightness, for example. If you regulate how you toggle between 4G and normal 3G network, if you can regulate that as well, you should be able to squeeze about a full day's use out of this phone. It also has 3 GB RAM, so that means that it does not lag. There's almost no lag at all. The only lags there are sort of animation glitches and things like that, and those are largely due to the software, the Gionee skin, the Amigo 4.0 skin on top of Android 7.0 Nougat. So that's largely responsible for any kind of lag that you get on this phone. Otherwise, apart from that, the 3 gig RAM handles games, multi-window, multitasking. It handles everything you throw at it very well, very well. Although it does tend to get hot a bit after extended use, but apart from that, it holds its own very well, no lag at all, and it does pretty good. Unfortunately, the speaker is on the back of the phone, as you can see. So that means that when you place it on a flat surface like this, then that means the speaker will be firing into that surface. So if you want to make use of the speaker, you may have to turn the phone over, which means you may have to put it on the screen, which means you get scratches and all those kind of things on the screen. I also recommend that you get a case. If you're going to get this phone, make sure you get a case, because the back is very smooth, and placing it on top of surfaces, you tend to get, it picks up scratches very easily, very easily. But the overall, the fingerprint scanner actually works very fast as well, surprisingly enough, because usually usually fingerprint scanners these days, the fast ones are usually on the high-end phones, the big iPhones and Samsungs and what have you. But this phone's fingerprint scanner is really fast, really fast. I wish I could demonstrate it enough just how fast it is. So that's impressive. So should you buy this phone? I'd say for 63,000, yes, you could buy this phone. It's a good phone. It's an impressive phone. The build quality is on point. The battery, the cameras, the RAM. You can you get space for micro SD card. You also have a headphone jack, which a lot of phones are doing away with these days. I do wish it has a USB-C cable. Excuse me. I really did wish the charging port was a USB Type C. That's more ubiquitous. I wish more manufacturers actually made use of that kind of charging accessory. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what side of the fence you are, it has a USB 3.0 port, so that works as well. It does not charge as quick as I'd expect it to, but then it does not have like a lightning fast charge feature, and it also has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, so that could take some time to juice up appropriately. But other than that, this is totally good buy for 63,000 naira. Totally worth, good value for money, I'd say. And kudos to Gionee for putting up this phone, for coming up with this phone, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna love it. So that's all. That's the review of the Gionee X1S. Make sure to check out the unboxing and first impressions video. I'm gonna put down the link below. Until next time, see you guys. Peace.